This is the type of person you are meant to fall in love with based on whatever zodiac sign you have as your Venus placement. Now I'm going to go through each and every single Venus sign in this series. If you would like to know more about your birth chart, or if you have any questions about your career, your love life, etc., make sure that you download the app Astra. So if your Venus sign is in Aries, you need a leader. You need somebody that's going to keep you on your toes. You need adventure in your life. You are somebody that probably grew up restricted, or maybe you were neglected at a young age, or you need to know what it's like to have fun. You know what I'm saying? You need to know what it's like to be with somebody that can add light to your life, okay? Because you grew up in darkness, all right? You didn't take risks. You probably restricted yourself, or you had parents that restricted you as well, all right? Or it's like you weren't much of a risk taker, you know what I'm saying? So you need somebody in your life that's going to help to bring that type of balance in your life. They may be a little chaotic, but it's something that you need in order to develop your character. And you also need somebody that's going to motivate you to go after your dreams and be more confident in yourself. If your Venus placement is in Taurus, you need somebody that is financially stable, somebody that's extremely wealthy or materialistic in some type of way. And I say that because you're probably somebody that don't value money, wealth, or material possessions, because low-key you might feel like you don't deserve it, or you were taught to view those things in a negative light. So you need somebody that's going to be able to show you the value of what it means to live in luxury, to be wealthy, to be financially stable, etc. I feel like you were somebody that was taught to believe that money is the root of all evil. You were taught that it's okay to be poor and to settle for less than you deserve in life. So you're meant to experience those things through your partner. Okay, so more than likely you're going to end up with somebody that's wealthy or extremely financially stable, somebody that's living a life of luxury, so that you can understand the value of that and not settle for less in your life. You're meant to get exactly what it is that you deserve through your partner. If your Venus placement is in Gemini, you need somebody that is going to open your throat chakra. You need somebody that values communication. You need somebody that's going to motivate you to be your whole authentic self. Okay, because more than likely your light was dimmed at a very young age, all right? So your voice was silenced by people that tried to make it seem like it wasn't okay for you to speak your mind or express yourself or to show off your personality, etc. So you need somebody with a Gemini placement, all right, or somebody that embodies their characteristics in order for you to really step into your power, okay? Because I feel like you are somebody that has social anxiety, or you may not have very many friends or anything like that, or you may have a hard time communicating, opening up with people, or even looking people in the eye, okay, because you were traumatized and abused at a young age. So you're meant to have somebody with Gemini placements or Gemini characteristics in order for you to step into your power and break out of your shell and change the way that you look at the world. If your Venus placement is in Cancer, you need somebody that is going to take care of you, because more than likely at a young age you were forced to be independent, whether you're the oldest child or the only child, or you probably grew up in a foster care system, or you were probably neglected at a young age. So you had to learn how to take care of yourself and be extremely independent at a young age. So you probably were taught that you can't rely on anybody outside of yourself. So you're meant to know what it's like to have somebody to take care of you. You're meant to know what it's like to actually be loved and taken care of and provided for, so that you don't stress yourself out doing it all by yourself 100% of the time. So you need a provider, and you need somebody to show you what love really is and what it means to be taken care of, so that you can finally rest. If your Venus is in Leo, you need somebody that is going to help to heal your inner child. More than likely, your light was dimmed at a very young age, so you were probably bullied or taught that, you know, something was wrong with you, or that it wasn't normal for your light to shine that bright, or, you know, you were probably shamed for your talents or your gifts. So you need somebody in your life that's going to teach you how to be confident in yourself without caring about what other people think. If your light blinds other people, then so be it. That doesn't mean that you should stop shining. And you need somebody in your life that's going to show you that.